Saw that.
Did not see anything.
All right. Could you tell us a little bit about your character, since you're playing historical characters brought to life?
I am not. He is.
Okay.
Well, not historical in the sense that I did not exist historically. But I suppose we're playing characters in a time of history. We play brothers, half-brothers. I'm the oldest son of King Henry, and but I'm not in line for the succession because my mother is his mistress and not the queen.
So I'm going to be the king, but he will never be.
All right.
Despite being the younger brother, so that creates an interesting dynamic.
I wonder if we could talk about the dynamic, because they definitely in the pilot have moments where they're friendly, and then they have some where they're not.
That sums it up pretty well.
Yeah, sometimes we're friendly and sometimes we are not friendly. It goes back and forth. It seems we're up to episode 8 now, so we'll read episode 9, which seems to be I don't know what happens yet, but I imagine what happened in episode 8. But episode 9 is not going to be good for us.
I don't think we're going to be too happy with one another.
No, it seems like it's reaching a what's the word? Clinching point? Is that
Breaking point?
Breaking point? Yeah,
Boiling point?
boiling
Turning
point.
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 A lot of points.
Yeah.
And
It's coming to a point.
Yeah, it's coming to a point.
And what's your guys' relationship on set like as actors? Are you guys having a good time playing sort of rivals, or do you sometimes does that sometimes boil over into I want more screen time?
Well, they're really playing up this Team Bash, Team Francis thing, which is eventually going to rip us apart.
Right.
But for now, we get along pretty well.
Look, they've done this thing where they put us against each other. They pitted us against each other from a PR perspective, and so they put these things online, and it says Team Bash, Team Francis, and underneath my picture there's a thing, and underneath his picture is a thing, and it's like, which thing do you want? His things are like, well, my thing comes first, and it says, be the heir to the throne, and under his says embrace the unknown. Which like is a choice between go on holiday or do your tax returns. And then like a few days later he did the Edge Walk, which is standing on the edge of the tallest building in North America and leaning off it. So from a PR perspective, he's definitely there's a sense of being like, I've got to do exciting things. So I'm not taking it seriously at all, as long as I'm winning.
It's completely meaningless until you're losing.
Yeah, I'm not.
So that was a dance-off back there. So
Yeah, we have dance-offs.
Do you have a,
Weirder the better.
Do you have a favorite scene in the pilot to describe?
That I'm in, or just period?
Or in, or the pilot itself?
Let's say both.
I don't know. I like them all, to be honest. I was happy with myself. They're all fun in their own ways.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I can't. It's probably that's like the worst answer you possibly.
The dance.
In fact, this is a chance for me to be more interesting.
Exactly.
I've got a great scene that I did. I'm with him. I think we were just both pleasantly surprised by the pilot, because there was I think for CW to do something in this ambitious in scope and scale and that sort of thing, slight apprehension watching it for the first time, and then just sort of there's no time to pick the best scene. You're just going, yes, I know, good. It's good news.
So how would you sum up Francis' feelings for Mary? Because in the pilot he's very, I have a country, and so we kind of have blinders on.
Yeah, my feelings are, I like Mary, but I like France. But I like Mary, but I do like France. But I like Mary, but I like, it's like Bloody Mary French toast. I like Bloody Mary, but I like French toast. But I can't have both, you know. And eventually, I'm going to have to pick.
So the CW has sort of a penchant for turning young men and women into Hollywood heartthrobs. Are you guys ready for being chased down by teenage girls screaming your names?
Yeah.
Sounds terrible, doesn't it?
Learn to run.
Yeah.
I suppose, I don't know that I've ever had the word, it's not until you're on a big American show you have the word hunky applied to you. It's a weird
Which
thing.
is ridiculous.
Like, no kid grows up being called hunky. It just feels so 80s or something. And suddenly, everybody's
Hunky. Yeah, weird.
So are there any hints for what's coming, even though I don't know if you've seen the end script, are there any hints that you can give us what's coming for the season finale?
No idea.
What's coming for the first 8 episodes?
There we go. Even better.
Suitors, different suitors for Mary that has caused some
Aside from
tension.
two of you?
Yeah. Yeah,
Two
there's
husband and
more,
wife.
Yeah.
there's some other guys and
They
they've
bring
got
it-
like really sexy accents.
Really, really sexy people. Just
Yours is terrible.
No, I mean like English is one thing, but like you, the rest of Europe is sexy.
Okay.
South America.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oof.
Things are heating up. Things are heating up.
There's one episode that is like I describe it's like Die Hard but with corsets. Yeah, it's pretty dark.
You know what? It gets a lot darker. It gets surprisingly violent, I'll say. And yeah, we start to see more and more of that kind of what's going on in the woods and that supernatural-ish element. That definitely that starts to play a very large part of the story as opposed to being kind of a side thing.
So how would you describe your relationships to your parents specifically? Because there is a scene in the pilot with you and your mom after he returns the dog or something that kind of...
Yeah, I get along great with both my parents. My mother has ambitions for me that I maybe don't share. She would probably love to see me be legitimized and be king, but I don't really want any part of that.
My mum hates Bash and wants him gone. My dad sort of we get on, but he is. I'm jealous of my father's relationship with Bash because it's much easier and jovial because he's treating him like a son, where he treats me like the heir to the throne. Yeah, so there's some tensions that are simmering.
I would say I'm more like my father. I would say that I'm maybe cut from the same cloth as our father.
I am my mother's son.
All right. Thank you.
We're going to take you over to the next two.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Second page.